That lady, I tell you.
All righty, here we are, Thursday. Good little conversation. I like that. All right. Centering. So everything that you've learned over the years. Close your eyes, let it come into play. And what's nice is you could do it very systematically. You can, start at the crown and do a scan. And then check in with the breath and do a scan. And then start relaxing all the muscles. And then as that starts to relax, because we're working with asana, we're working with movement. We can call ourselves movement professionals. We realize how it connects to the mind. The mind softens in response to what we do. And generally, when we go through this process, it goes very quickly, as opposed to the beginning when it was a more, the thought process was more of I hate to use the word struggle, but it begins that way. When we release the struggle is when it happens quicker. So, generally, just for a point of reference, when I meditate in the morning, I'll sit, that's my meditation chair, and I'll sit down, and it just comes, as soon as I sit, it comes very quickly. Everything kind of lets go. Not every single day, but most days. It's a quick release. And, that's all to our benefit. All right, check in with the diaphragm. Belly breathe a few more times. And then gently open your eyes. Bring the palms together. We're going to do the same thing we did during the week is, pressing the fingertips, the knuckles, the palms, the heel. Make that simple connection. So just to kind of refresh from Tuesday. Tuesday was our kind of our connection lesson. And to revisit that, we'll reconnect again. But this time, just keep it gentle, very soft. Put your attention on the fingertips, then on the first knuckle, second knuckle, and third knuckle. Go into the palm and then the heel of the hand and then the edges of the hands. And just become aware of that simple feeling, that very humanness of our one hand touching the other. That almost only humans can do. All right, let's just release that. I'm going to a neck roll. Come to center when you're done. And then in honor, of the full moon this week, let's come to standing. And we haven't done this little series in quite a while, so I'd like to revisit. Grab your chairs, bring the seat of the chair towards you like we do for sun cell. And I think I have called this Moonflowers. Yeah, we used to do it long time ago. Moonflowers. Just so I don't miss anything here. So stand in front of the chair. I think that's how we start. Let's see. Now I take that back. Face forward and just come into a straddle. That's what we'll do. So your chair is on the side of you because we'll be spinning toward the chair. Yeah, that's right. So a 5-point star. So for a flower, we'll call this a moonflower. So this kind of deviates, from our traditional practice, but sometimes we need that little deviation. So a moonflower is just kind of bending the joints and coming in and out of this. Maybe we'll do that about 5 times. And you can match the breath. And start out just kind of gently, easy on the joints. And then stay into the moonflower. Spin towards your chair. So we're going to come here and let's bring your hands to the heart. Bend your front knee and lift up the heel of your back foot. So this is called Crescent Lunge. So in Crescent Lunge, we can bring the arms up and arc the back, kind of like in the crescent moon shape. And then release the hands to the chair and launch the back legs. So we're going to come to pyramid. So pyramid, if you're able to drop your forehead to the seat of the chair and lift that back leg as high as you can go. This preps us for half moon pose, modified half moon. So when you're in pyramid, now lift your head up, keep your hands on the chair, keep your leg up, and now bring one arm up. So the same side. So I've got my left leg up and my left arm is up for half moon pose. So I think we practiced this last week. We'll go through this again and smooth it out a little bit. I'm a little rusty at teaching it. And then bring it back to the chair and come to a squat. And it's a prayer squat, hands at your heart. And then come back to standing. Okay, that was a little clunky, so let's try it on the other side. So my back to you, so I'll be spinning this way. So moonflowers here. And again, bending the major joints. All right, extend all the limbs, spin to that opposite side, and come into that crescent lunge. So the front knee is bent, hands at your heart. Your back heel is lifted. And then bring the arms up and create that crescent moon look. All right, release into that pyramid. So hands to the chair, we're going to straighten the bottom leg and lift the other one, forehead to the chair. And then go into that half moon pose. So you have to lift your head and bring the same arm as the leg is up, same side. Okay, come out of that. And of course, this is nice and slow. Go to that prayer squat. And then come up. And release from there. Let's take a little bit of that energy and smooth it out into our sun salutations that we feel a little bit more comfortable with. So here we go. So forward, up and back, and fold. Right lunge, down dog, and cobra, down dog, and right lunge, fold, and come up, fold, left lunge, down dog, cobra, down dog, left lunge, fold, come up to your heart, take a breath, and do the next two on your own, forward, up, and back. I'd like to play with the crescent moon lunge and the half moon posture again. So if you remember it, of course, just step a foot back, front knee bent. And what's different about this lunge is, of course, your toes are tucked under. You're not flat like you are in the sun salutation lunge. So the foot is tucked. We're working on balance and hands to the heart. So what you can do is find a deeper sense of the legs, maybe sink into that. You can try that version of it. Or if you come up a little higher, you can start pressing the back foot or the back heel down, straightening the back leg. Or you could do a combination of the two. So sinking into the lunge, pressing the heel. And then once you feel stable there, arms up. And if you're still stable, create the crescent. And then release out of it just as easily as you can. So that is a huge strengthening stretch. So rest in between, you go to the other side. All right, try the other side if you haven't already. And just play with the different formations that the legs can do within your capacity, within your comfort level. Or if you want to go just a titch past comfort and go into encouraging it deeper. And then beginning to hold that and become more comfort in that level. Arms up and back. And see what works for you. Some people like to keep their hands together for centering purposes, and some people like the hands apart. So try both. Come on when you're ready. Okay, let's play with half moon. So plant a leg, extend the opposite. And the same leg and same side, arm up, same side. So what I play with in half moon is flexing my foot and extending the leg. You can try that. Or you can point. Either way, try both. Reaching the hand up, coming right out of the shoulder, keep the chest open, and then either looking down or look up. So you can work with any variation of that. The best one is probably keeping the leg level to the floor. All right, come out of that nice and easy. It's a lot of work. Try the other side. You don't want to wait until you're fully relaxed because we're still in that energetic mode. And you want to work with those higher energies, stronger energies. Once you feel confident and successful that you have reached your optimal posture, just simply slip out of it. I'm going to take a forward fold just to relax the back. If you're in fold, let your arms dangle off the chair. And allow your shoulders to slump forward and just release deep. Now begin to roll up. We're going to go right into back bend. Overhead stretch. And then drop one hand toward the hip, flatten your palm. So reach up, fingertips up, other one flat, press and reach. Keeping the body aligned. The spine doesn't really shift through the movement, but then gently switch sides. Go back to overhead stretch. And then another back bend with the hands on your waist. And this time, run the hands past the buttocks. And come up overhead. Forward fold. And come down onto your knees. You can use your chair face toward your chair if you wish. And then bend your right knee and let your shin kind of rest on the seat of the chair just for a little bit of balance. So we'll go into prayer twist. Palms at your heart. And the easy version is if your right knee is forward, the right elbow touches. And then the left elbow comes up. Press palm to palm, look up. So we're going to hang here just for a little bit. Bring your attention to your breathing. Now center and switch left elbow to the right knee and attention to the breathing. Okay, come back to center. Play a little bit with monkey on the same side. So to get into monkey, just extend your left leg back. So your left leg is in full extension. And then hands to your heart, arms up. And then start the little back bending. Arms out at a T, like airplane arms, and then chest to thigh. And we're going to release out of that. Take a quick child's pose just to rest everything. Okay, and come up. Let's work with the other side. So step that left foot forward, shin to the chair. And then start with your easy prayer twist. So it's left to left. Let's center and switch. So some things that I play with in this also is I either tuck my toes on the bent knee. Sometimes I need a little aid in balance. And then sometimes I work with the balance by flattening my foot. All right, center. Let's work with monkey. Extend your right leg. And come up. Arc back. And take a child's pose. And then as you come up, come to kneeling and go into that half camel flow that we do. So I like to tuck my toes hand to heel, opposite arm up, and then just float side to side. For me, this is one of the nicest ways to equalize my nostrils. So if I have one that's particularly plugged for whatever reason, this works for me. Not quite, I don't know the mechanics behind it, I don't know the physics behind it. All I know is when I do it, it works. And sometimes if you become aware of a plugged nostril, say even if it's a sinus issue or an allergy issue, give this a try. Different movements work for different people. And I have got many teachers that don't have anything near this that they do to open their nostrils. And the things that work for them do not work for me. So I have to kind of figure a lot of stuff out on my own, which is the nature of yoga. We're all little scientists working within our little mini lab called our body. All right, balance out, come to seated, take a little break. We're gonna go back to a little bit more leg work too. But let's rest here. Let's do one round of Bhastrika. Bhastrika, remember, is the equal inhale, equal exhale. Both of them are slightly forced. Do as many as you wish, 10, 20, whatever kind of comes natural. Pause, go back to your natural breath, 3 even breaths, and we'll get back to practice. Okay, begin. All right, back to moving. Right hand to the floor, left arm up and over, simple side stretching, bending the body, bottom elbow, and coming back up. Maybe upwards of 10 today. So go a little bit stronger of a practice. And switch after that. When you're done, Yoga Mudra. And come up. Back to all fours. We're going to step the right foot forward, but both hands are going to be on the inside of that right foot. So you got all 10 fingers and 5 toes lined up. Extend that back left leg so it's fully extended. And then begin slowly dropping the left hip to the floor and back up again. So you're on your own on this one to see how flexible that hip is this morning by just testing the waters first. Drop it to a certain point. If it resists, come back up, drop it lower, and keep finding that new resistance. Gradually dropping the hip to the floor. So your elbows stay straight. Your hands don't have to be all lined up through this whole thing. If it's uncomfortable for you, find a position where it is, as long as elbows are straight. So this usually takes about 8 repetitions of this to open and to feel really flexible. When you get to that point, whatever number it is, hold it there for maybe a count of 3. And then come back up. All right, back to kneeling. Take care of your wrists a little bit. We're going to go back to that same side. So when we go back, right foot forward, left leg extended. All right, let's try that again. Right foot forward and drop your hip to that low point and look back at your left foot and then come back up again. And try that for several reps. All right, back to kneeling, take your wrists. And we'll work with the other side. So all 4, step the left one forward, both hands on the inside of that left foot, extend the right leg. All right, now test the waters. Hold it at that low point for maybe 3 to 5. Come up, take care of the wrists again. And then go right back to that with left foot forward. That was my right foot. That was brilliant. Okay, then go to that low point and look back at your right leg. I think I got that right. And keep coming in and out of that. Now see if you can drop to the low point, look back to that foot, hold it. And it's very hard on the wrist. and then come out and take a rest. All right, I think we need to shake this out. All right, on your tummies. We haven't practiced boat in a while, so let's go to boat pose. So boat is tummies, arms extended along the floor overhead, and legs on the floor with just a little separation in between them, forehead to the floor. So the upper half of boat we'll do first, and that's the one where you keep your arms right opposite your ears. So it's a real little movement as you're looking down. So come up. And release. Come up again. And release that. Now the other version is the same thing, the upper boat, but this time you're going to look forward. So your head doesn't stay in between the upper arms. Okay, so come up and look forward. And release. Try it again. And release. Bring your arms down by your side and rest the cheek. Almost done. I used to practice half boat on the bottom half with just the legs up, but I had found that it puts way too much pressure on the pelvic bone, and I find it very uncomfortable. So we'll go into full boat instead, which puts pressure more on the abdominal wall, which is far more comfortable. So knowing that, forehead to the floor, arms extended overhead. And then come into the first version of full boat. And then release that. And then do the second version, look forward. All right, and release. Let's take a child's pose. And onto your backs. I'd like to work with half happy baby. I think we did that a few weeks ago, and it was quite unique. Go a little bit deeper with that one leg. So just choose a leg, and let's see. I suppose you could do both hands if you're able, one or both, and work with drawing the knee down. Now, what's fun is to work with the rest of the body that's not in half happy baby. So relax the opposite leg. Try to relax the opposite hip and the other half of the pelvis. Now put your attention on the bent knee. Relax the knee, relax the hip. Now we're holding this for quite long, so the body should be able to give into it just a titch more. And it's not a forcing. You wait for the allowing of it. You wait, there's a subtle release that you can feel. And once you feel it, go with it. And it might be so minute that you have to really pay attention. Very tiny. Tiny is good. All right, let's release that side. Hug it and release. Take a couple deep breaths. And then work with the left side or other side, whatever. And then notice how when you first get into this, and it may feel stiff. So let that happen, that's okay. But now work with the right leg and relax that angle, the knee, the hip, the pelvic, relax and let the bent knee just kind of do its thing. So in essence, we're not paying attention to the leg that we're working with. Now shift your awareness to it, to the hip, to the knee, to the ankle. Did it give in? Did you feel that little release, that little shift? All right, relax that leg. Come right into Shavasana. We've only got a minute. So very quickly, relax the whole body from crown to toe. And now wiggle fingers and toes. Roll to your left, come to seated. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And happy Memorial Day weekend. Have a beautiful weekend. It's supposed to be weather-wise just gorgeous. Namaste. Here she comes.